Proverbs 24:16. For a just man falls 7 times and rises up again, but the wicked shall fall into mischief. Okay, let's start this lesson by saying, Call Allah Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the elect out here preaching this word in truth and sincerity. This is King Jesse back with another Bible lesson. We're going to go into keeping the righteous, rehearsing the righteous acts of the Lord. Right? So, before we go into this lesson, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, you are the Israelites. You so-called white people, you are the biblical Edomites. The devil that the Bible speaks of, which you into Job 9:24, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. Yahweh is who you ignorantly call God. Yahweh Shai is who you ignorantly call Jesus Christ. In the Paleo ancient Hebrew language, he's a so-called black man from the tribe of Judah. So let's get to this lesson. Just like we said, we're going to rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord. That means keeping his commandments to the best of our abilities. And we will fall. We will break the commandments, but just like, just like Proverbs 24:16 says, for a just man falls 7 times, but rises up again. So, and 7 is the number of completion, right? So, you're going to get up. You're going to pray in the name of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, for forgiveness of sins. And you just got to do better. Sorry about that. The book of Judges 5:11. They that are delivered from the noise of the archers in a place of drawing waters, there shall they rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord. And what is the righteous acts of the Lord? That's keeping his commandments, right? Even the righteous acts towards the inhabitants of his village in Israel. Then shall the people of the Lord Yahweh go down to the gates. So, yeah. This is like you said, the Lord said, you let me keep my commandments. This is repeated over and over and over in the Bible. Keep my commandments. Go to church and they say the law is done away with. The book of John. First book of John, chapter 5, verses 3. For this is the love of God, that we keep his commandments, and his commandments are not grievous. So we keep his commandments to the best of our abilities. We rehearse the righteous acts, right? Because only the Lord Yahweh Shai came down here and did it perfectly. Yeah, and our righteousness is as filthy rags to the Lord, so we're not going to be able to keep all these laws and statutes, but we rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord. And that's showing our love towards him, right? Just like the first book of John 5:3 says. So what is the pastor talking about when he says the laws on the commandments are done away with? See, they're leading you to slaughter. The book of John 15:10. If you keep my commandments, ye shall abide in my love, even as I kept my Father's commandments and abided in his love. And that's Yahweh Shai talking. He kept his Lord's commandments. So what makes us different? Should we keep the Lord's commandments as well? Right? What would Jesus do? Keep the commandments, right? Leviticus 22:31. The book of the law. Therefore you shall keep my commandments and do them. I am the Lord. It's repeated over and over again. And we're going to go to the new commandments and get to those that talk about that tell our people not to keep the commandments. Their judgment. Proverbs 7:2. Keep my commandments and live, and my law is the apple of thine eye. Over and over and over and over again. This for all you people that said that the law is done away with. This is in the New Testament, right? Not the Old Testament, in the New Testament, right? Matthew 5:19. Whosoever therefore shall break one of these least commandments and shall teach them so. And that's what they teach you in church. That the law is done away with, you ain't got to keep them. He shall be called the least in the kingdom of heaven. But whosoever will do and teach them, they shall be called great in the kingdom of heaven. Plain and simple, we rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord. Now, we ain't going to be able to keep these commandments to the best of our ability, so that's why in the book of Judges 5 and 11, it says we rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord. So that's what we do. We rehearse the righteous acts of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah. And every day, we get on our knees multiple times, as many times as possible, in the name of Yahweh by Hashem Yahweh Shah, and ask for forgiveness of sins in this life and in our past life. Because judgment is coming down on the house of Israel first, right? So judgment starts at the house of Israel. So we got to keep these commandments. And just like I believe it was, just like what was it? Proverbs 7:2. Keep my commandments and live, and my laws as the apple of thine eyes. Keep his commandments, and we're gonna live through all this stuff that's gonna happen. You don't, and the judgment is gonna come down on you too. Plain and simple. Hopefully this lesson was edifying. Call all Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, Ba'ashem Rakakadash. Double honors to the left out here preaching his word in truth and sincerity. You so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, the elect of the nation of Israel. It's time to come back and rehearse the righteous acts of the Lord. Keep his commandments. And if you're an able-bodied man, you're supposed to be teaching his word, just like the Lord Yahweh Shah said. If you love me, feed my sheep. And like the Lord said, to show your love for the Lord, you keep his commandments, right? That's our job. So that's what we do. For you men out here in the house of Israel, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians, all praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shah, by Hashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to the left out here preaching his word in truth and sincerity.